Hello tech lovers, welcome to TEKNXS, a place of technical exposure. Today's topic is, would technology save us from total economic disaster? Let's start with the topic. Technology has deeply affected the global economy. Its usage has been linked to marketplace transformation. It has improved living standards and international trade. So, if technology has virtually revolutionized every industry in the current global economy, technology is visible in traditional economic metrics such as GDP, productivity, and corporate profits. Technological advances have significantly improved operations. It lowered the cost of doing business. For example, just a few technicians controlling robotic systems can operate an entire manufacturing plant. They easily understand needed parts within a short time for assembly. Advancements in the computer industry have increased job opportunities. It strengthened economic growth. All physical barriers to communication over distances have been properly overcome by the internet. In a similar way, manufacturing and consumer goods companies have developed online links to their suppliers and customer support. Suppliers can keep track of production line efficiencies through automated systems. They can more efficiently ship parts and materials to the required locations. This will save time. In addition to that, e-commerce and online banking capabilities have also helped reduce the cost of doing business. Whenever companies cut back on technology investments aiming to shore up profits, the result is the opposite. It is experienced by the BCG, IMF, and the World Economic Forum. They find profits sink significantly. It is a side effect that a chain reaction starts with a fall of labor productivity after a few years. Senior officials require new technologies. They want new ways of thinking in order to successfully navigate the technology economy's development. They want to control business performance, so that virtual economies measures carefully. They follow measures about the physical world. The impact of technology economy. The impact of the technology economy in the market is very significant. It involves the measurement of the market economy. Some of the largest indexes have changed. For example, as the Dow Jones Industrial Average (DJIA), the powerhouses like Apple, Google, and Amazon are replacing large industrial supercompanies. Apple accounts for such a large share of the DJIA. Technology has amazing power to fill companies. An important measurement of the technology economy is observing the worldwide IT spending volume. A good example is that executives can predict with some accuracy. The impact on the overall economy is bad. It is declining in technology spending. They reduce their investments in technology to get more profit. It results in GDP falls dramatically. Labor productivity across the economy also falls, because technological modernism is an important component of productivity. Technology spending and economic growth have a strong relationship when it is measured by productivity and GDP. Automation. Machine automation is a hot topic these days. The conversation is not without reasons. There are many pros and cons toward automated machines. The technology is already having an impact in streamlining workflows for early adopters. Pros. Automation mitigates the effects of labor shortages. Automation eliminates the mindless workers. It reduced manual and clerical tasks that are routine and boring. It creates more meaningful, challenging tasks that require critical thinking. You have increased the overall safety. This is a pretty major selling point for automation with large organizations like OSHA. The accuracy and repeatability of the work is much greater than the work of human hands. The potential for human error is greatly decreased. Cons. Automation decimates the middle-class jobs. It displaces the working class. An employee can perform a flexible variety of tasks, whereas a machine is limited to what it's been programmed to do. An automated machine will run on a motor, producing more pollution than a human worker. Utilizing automated machinery in a manufacturing plant requires a large operational cost. Automation results in higher unemployment rates for your region or state. Driveless cars. A self-driving car is capable of sensing its environment. It is also known as an autonomous vehicle, AV, driveless car, robocar, or robotic car. It is a vehicle that is moving safely with little or no human input. Pros: computers take away the possibility of human error. Driveless cars mean more freedom of traveling. Less dependence on other people for transportation. It decreases the accident numbers. It minimizes the death rate due to careless driving. Drink driving should no longer be a concern. The police will have more time to focus on important crimes. You won't have to rely on a designated driver to get you home. Your car will do the driving safely. Save time when you're late from your appointment. Cheaper car insurance policies. Cons: they are more exposed to the threat of hackers. There are great risks of theft. There is the possibility of taxi and lorry drivers losing their jobs. Many drivers will have driven the majority of their life. When they no longer have to drive, they could lose that well-developed skill. Not suited for all weathers. Roads and infrastructure will need to change to accommodate new driverless vehicles. Cars would have trouble understanding human signals. Pilotless airplanes. Unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs or drones or pilotless airplanes, are aircraft that can be controlled remotely. These are pre-programmed plans or automation systems that enable them to fly autonomously. A large number of industries and organizations are adopting this technology. For example, military, government, commercial, and recreational users. Pros: drones are excellent for taking high-quality aerial photographs and video. These are used for collecting vast amounts of imaging data. The precision of UAVs saves farmers both time and cost. They are able to fly lower and in more directions, allowing them to easily navigate traditionally hard-to-access areas. These are used for sporting events, public gatherings, and other venues. Drones can also gather valuable data during and after national disasters. These are very helpful to provide aid in security and recovery efforts. These allow us for identifying weed infestations and monitoring crop health. These are relatively low cost for most models according to region-wise. Drones are becoming accessible to a wide range of operators. UAVs also have a greater range of movement than manned aircraft. UAVs provide security and surveillance to private companies. Cons: the widespread use of unmanned aerial vehicles is relatively new era. It requires more legislation and is still in process. These require a wide range of circumstances in which drones can be used. The Federal Aviation Administration has established certain rules. The confusion is between federal regulations and some state and local laws. Safety is a primary concern when dealing with unmanned aerial vehicles. To avoid mid-air collisions, UAVs must be programmed with sense and avoid capabilities. These have larger amounts of deficiencies than manned aircraft. One of the most common concerns from the public about UAVs is privacy. Drones can collect data and images without drawing attention. This technology leads many Americans to fear about their privacy. Positive impacts. Technological innovation is bringing digital solutions to sectors that have previously lacked access to technology. These include the nonprofit community. Technology presents the opportunity to expedite and magnify the impact of humanitarian relief efforts. Technology can go where people cannot, and where rescue efforts put the lives of responders at risk. Negative impacts. Tax and trade. Tax compliance operations could be late because newly remote employees lack timely access to information. In the short term, changes to income statements, such as short-term losses, will affect forecasts. Supply chain reconfiguration triggers tax implications. Conclusion. Through our analysis, we have noticed a consequential pattern. Conceptions of legal liability and responsibility did not adequately keep pace with advances in technology. Legal scholars have pointed out the ways in which courts and politics tend to lag behind innovation, but our finding highlighted a particular consequence of that lag. While the control over flight increasingly shifted to automated systems, responsibility for the flight remained focused on the figure of the pilot, while automated systems were being relied on more. The nearest human operators were being blamed for the accidents and shortcomings of the perpetrated foolproof technology. There was a significant mismatch between attributes of these technologies, responsibility, and how physical control over the system was actually distributed throughout a complex system and across multiple actors in time and space. Do you think technology will solve our problem in future or increase? Express your thoughts in comments. For more updates, make sure to subscribe and turn bell notification on.